So when you hear Democratic Republic of Congo, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's probably minerals, maybe conflict, or instability. But today, we're going to look past all those headlines. We're diving deep into the story of its capital, Kinshasa, a massive, vibrant megacity that might just be one of the biggest untapped business opportunities on the entire continent. So let's get into the real story, the one that's happening on the ground.
This quote, it just cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Despite everything you see on the news, the reality for people on the ground is resilience. Life goes on, and maybe more importantly, business goes on.
And that leads us to the big question we're tackling today. If that old, tired narrative isn't the whole picture, then what is? We're going to uncover the hidden economic engine of Kinshasa and lay out a real, practical blueprint for how to engage with it.
All right, first up, let's get beyond those headlines. Because to really understand the opportunity in Kinshasa, you first have to wrap your head around the sheer scale of the place. And trust me, it is absolutely staggering.
Get this, 17 million people. That's the population of Kinshasa. It's one of Africa's largest cities, bigger than New York City and Los Angeles combined. But here's the real kicker. Most of those 17 million people are under the age of 30. So you're not just looking at a big city, you're looking at an incredibly young, energetic, and ambitious one.
So this is the fundamental shift we need to make in our thinking. The old story is all about what's under the ground, the minerals. But the new story, the real story, is about what's above the ground. It's about millions of people filled with hustle, ambition, and this incredible drive to build something. The real gold mine? It's the people.
Okay, so if the people are the real gold mine, where exactly do you find it? Well, as we're about to see, it's not in shiny office buildings. Nope, it's out on the streets, it's in the markets, it's this massive, bustling economy that's operating just beneath the surface. And this chart says it all. A whopping 80% of Kinshasa's economy is informal. We're talking street vendors, market sellers, moto taxi drivers, all these people building economies just to survive, with zero formal support. You have to understand, this isn't a glitch in the system, it is the system. And that's where the biggest opportunity is hiding.
This is where you have to flip your perspective, because every problem you see here is actually a massive opportunity in disguise. Millions of people unbanked? That's a huge, ready-made market for fintech. High youth unemployment? That's an incredible pool of untapped talent just waiting for a chance. These folks are already doing amazing things with next to nothing. Just imagine what they could do with the right tools.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like on the ground? Well, this next section gets into the nitty-gritty, 6 real, tangible business blueprints that solve real, everyday problems for people in Kinshasa.
Check this out. Idea number 1, KinLift. Picture this, most apartment buildings in Kinshasa don't have elevators. So how in the world do you get a new sofa up to your 4th floor apartment? It's a logistical nightmare. KinLift is a simple idea. Rent out portable stair climbers and small lifts, operated as youth-led franchises. It's simple, it's practical, and it solves a problem that people have like today.
And the numbers are pretty compelling. For a startup cost of just $10,000, you're looking at generating $3 to $5 grand a month. That means you could break even in as little as 6 months. This isn't some billion-dollar Silicon Valley moonshot. It's a realistic, high-impact business designed for the world it's actually in.
Next up, ZandoPay. Now think about the thousands of women running stalls in Kinshasa's huge open-air markets, which are called Zandos. They're working all day, every day, but they have no real way to track their sales, manage inventory, or build any kind of credit history. ZandoPay is a simple mobile wallet designed specifically for them that can even work offline.
And just think about the impact here. For $1 or $2 a month, these entrepreneurs can finally start to formalize their business, build that crucial credit history, and get access to financial services for the first time. The ROI is great, sure, but the real point is the empowerment. It's about building a more inclusive economy from the ground up. Anyone who's been to Kinshasa will tell you, the traffic is legendary, and not in a good way. It can be a total nightmare. So Congo Loop tackles this problem head-on. It's a last-mile delivery service that uses a fleet of motorbikes, creating jobs for young riders and solving a huge logistical headache for businesses and regular people alike.
And the ideas keep coming.
a digital-first bank for the 92% of businesses that don't use one, a fintech platform to get small loans to rural farmers, and a digital marketplace, kind of like Etsy, to help local artists and artisans sell their amazing work to the rest of the world. Every single one of these is designed to be lean, culturally smart, and incredibly impactful.
So the ideas are clearly there, but the biggest challenge isn't the what, it's the how. And that brings us to our next really important section, the playbook for partnership. How do you actually show up in this market and work effectively within its very unique culture?
First things first, you have to understand that there are two worlds operating in Kinshasa. You've got the formal system, government, big banks, which is slow, bureaucratic, and often totally disconnected from daily life. And then you have the informal network. This is where things really happen. It's fast, it's flexible, and it's built entirely on relationships and trust. Your job isn't to replace it, it's to work with it.
And here is the 4-step playbook for how to do that with respect. 1. Don't just show up with a finished product. Co-create it with local leaders. 2. Use simple tech like WhatsApp, but you have to pair it with real, human, in-person support. 3. Design everything with the local culture in mind. Use local languages, use storytelling. And 4, maybe the most important, focus on building trust long before you ever think about scaling. In this world, relationships are the real currency.
And finally, let's talk about how we measure success. Because if we're going to work in a totally new way, we need a new way to measure what actually matters. A standard financial report just isn't going to capture the full story of the impact you're making.
So to solve this, the source material proposes this really cool new framework. It focuses on 3 key areas. A for artistic, which is all about creativity and problem solving. P for psychological, which tracks things like mindset and hope. And C for cultural, which measures the level of mutual respect. It's a people-first way of tracking what's really going on, way beyond the bottom line.
So what does that actually look like? Well, it means we stop just tracking revenue. It means we start asking better questions like, do our partners feel respected? Do they have a renewed sense of hope and agency over their own lives? Are they becoming creative leaders in their communities? It's about measuring real, holistic, human-centered growth. That's the foundation for any kind of lasting change.
And this quote, man, it really sums it all up. The goal here isn't charity. It's not aid in that old top-down sense. It's about building respectful, mutually beneficial partnerships. It's about bringing tools and tech and empathy to a market that is more than ready to build its own future.
So we'll leave you with this thought. For any entrepreneur, any investor, anyone looking at a market like Kinshasa, the ultimate question really goes beyond the return on investment. It's about your approach. It's about your respect for the local culture and your willingness to build with people, not just for them or around them. In the end, how you show up, that's everything.